Hi there, explorers. This is Alex Flagg from Crafty Games. In this video series, I'm diving into the gameplay and mechanics of our new game, Buru, that's coming to Kickstarter on May 17th. In this video, I wanted to introduce you to what is my favorite mechanic of the game, and that is the Explorer mechanic. So, in Buru, you are a explorer from the Majapahit Empire that's arrived at this island of Buru, which is represented by our main board. The board is divided into 4 regions, and early on in the game, you are going to send out your explorers, which are represented by these little discs, to different parts of the island in order to compete against the other folks that have arrived there too, to choose the best actions. Now, this is a highly interactive mechanic because every explorer has a hidden number on the back, like this. This one is a 1. That represents the power. The power is representative of a number from 1 to 5. You have 1 of each, and you're going to take 4 of those 5 and put them onto the game board over the course of the game. Now, you have normal turn order where you start with the first player and go around in circles placing those explorers onto the board. But when you get to the afternoon phase, this is where your bidding comes in. Because what you're going to do to resolve a region is you're going to flip over all the explorers that you've sent to that region, and you're going to compare scores. And the player with the highest total power is going to get first choice. Now, if there's a tie, as there is here between red and white, you are going to have to break that tie in turn order from the person who has the first player token or the emissary token. So there's lots of ties in this game, and it can be very, very competitive. So in this case, let's say red was closer to our first player, so red would be the winner. Now, when you win or triumph in an area, you also get special benefits. Sometimes there are things called decree tokens, which give you a little bit of a bonus. And in all regions, you also collect a special set bonus. In this case, at the village region, you would collect the totem for Manuk, which represents a spirit associated with that part of the island. So you go ahead and take that, and that is useful for scoring later in the game. The really cool thing about this mechanic is that you have a highly interactive, highly competitive, sort of guessing game between figuring out how your opponents are going to bid into different areas to win actions. So part of the meta game here is that you're trying to figure out what your opponent wants, what they're bidding, what they might bid, what they might be pursuing, and seeing if you can bump in there. Because as you see, you have all these actions here at the top that you're competing for, and they are rated these little gems which tell you how good they are relative to each other. So you see here, this action here on the far left, that has rated 3 gems, which is the best rating you can get, and that is substantially better than the one here at the right end, which is only rated 1 gem. And you can see this gives you 3 little tasks, and this one only gives you 1. So especially in a 4 or 5 player game, bidding can get very savage. It's very determinative of what you can do. So guessing right is a big part of winning the game, and it makes for really fun, highly interactive sort of head games you can do. You can fake people out because you only bid 1 explorer at a time, and it really does make for some interesting play and kind of a high level game that even players who are familiar with it or maybe into heavier games can really get into. But it's also very accessible to folks who are new to this type of game. They'll understand the notion of bidding and secret information and just really can kind of play with the mechanics of it too. So that's my favorite part of this game. So I'm going to go later in the series, I'm going to go into each region of the board and talk about how the bidding affects those areas and how they affect your strategy and your ability to score and how it all starts to come together. So please stick around and check it out. If you want to learn more about our game, please visit our website at www.burugame.com. That is BURUGAME.com. I hope you'll join us.